Why, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sensible Sociopath Podcast, episode 120.
Woohoo! 120!
It's a very, very big episode, everyone. Please, we're trying to do a show here. Everyone, please. My name is Stephen Paul, a.k.a. SenSoc Steve, a.k.a. I could go through a whole list of things, but I'll just skip it for now, because this is the show where we love you harder than you may want, no matter how much you kick or scream.
Grapiest.
The grapiest podcast on earth. So please feel free to chat with us during the live show. We are live on YouTube currently, and if you are listening to this, hopefully you're there right now, or you should join us every Friday night on YouTube. Check us out. We have a staple to the show joining me today. He is the heating lamp to my reptile terrarium. SuperFan Dan.
Woohoo!
Hello, Steve.
Hi, Dan.
Thank you, SuperFan Dan. And live from the producer's booth, as always during our live shows, we have the lovely and talented Roma Romerica Rifkin.
Hi, guys.
Thanks for joining us, Roma.
My long friend, time friend, and she's a friend. She's been my friend.
Roma, I didn't play this one.
Has she always been retarded?
Thank you.
Because those are the same button, everyone. I want you to know. But you have to hit a button to switch between the two. It's a toggle, if you will.
Oh, toggling.
A toggle. I've been toggling all the time.
Oh, man. Usually got to pay double for that kind of action.
Well, hot toggle. Ladies love them. Okay. First thing I wanted to lead off with. I took someone's virginity last night.
Oof.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
big responsibility.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it was consensual.
Well, I mean, she could have hung up. Oh, sorry. It was phone sex.
Oh.
Phone sex virginity. I didn't mention that.
No, you were not that specific.
Yeah. Went really well on my end. I don't know about. I wasn't paying attention.
Nice.
But yes, a very nice young lady. Yes, I will keep talking. So we went on a virtual date. You know, things went well. I was virtually charming. All the COVID stuff, though, you know, you got to really separate the two. You got to separate your in-person from your out-person. Dan, do you do that with your wife?
In person versus out person?
Yeah, do you separate the two?
I
Do you ever have virtual dinner with your wife?
No.
Do you ever have
No.
virtual? Okay. Did you guys know that you can play games with people online?
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, things like anagrams.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not where you worship the devil surrounded by salt.
Well, that's just for safety.
Yeah. I mean, I did.
Oh, well, okay.
Yeah. You just lay out some salt, and then the demons will try to attack you. And then if you go outside of the ring of salt, that's when they get you.
Oh,
Mhm.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, makes
Roma,
sense.
am I right?
Yes.
I'm dependent on you for this, Roma.
I dated a guy many, many moons ago, and it was a long distance relationship. And we used to play this game. This that'd be like 2016, 15, something like that.
Mhm.
But you'd play this game where you would, it was kind of, it wasn't like Hangman, but you would like start to draw a picture,
Mhm.
and then it would show in real time as you were drawing it, or like you pre-drew it and then you sent it to them, and then they watched it, and then the fastest that you guessed it,
Uh-huh.
the faster you guessed it, like you would win or whatever.
Oh,
So say like my picture was like, I don't know, meatloaf. You would start to draw meatloaf. You could draw
Mhm.
meat and loaf, or a slice of meatloaf, or whatever, or the singer or
Mhm.
whatever, and then they would try to guess what it is.
I would draw Meatloaf from Fight Club.
There
Big
you go.
tits,
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
big
Yeah.
rack.
His name was
Huge.
Robert Paulson.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I would have done. Roma, how many times could I do dick and balls until it wasn't funny anymore? I would just keep guessing dick and balls. No?
Yeah, I don't know.
That never happened?
I don't. Well, because I think what it does is like you pick a word or a category or like that, and then you draw it, and then you like load it into the queue, so they can check it whenever. And then
do you get the whatever you're drawing? Do you get that word? So if it says meatloaf, you didn't come up with that.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I understand that.
Yes.
Interesting.
This was
Is
100.
that Candy Crush?
Yes.
Yeah, Candy Crush. That's the one.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. And then I played Angry Words.
Okay.
You just drop a bunch of 4-letter words. Cock, dick, cunt, that sort of thing. Angry Words. You launch it in, and there's little pigs. Those are cops. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, it was a good time.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Do you guys have a drink you're having tonight? I'm having my my delicious and cold, refreshing Heineken 00. I call it the double ot.
The double ot.
Because I'm a double ot buck. You know what I mean?
Very nice.
I use that in my sex talk.
Oh.
Ladies dig it.
Did it go over well?
I mean,
So Hector says, "What's up?"
hello, Hector.
Hector!
Hector, it's a pleasure.
Steve's here. Margot's here. Libertarian Steve's here. Sarah's here.
Steve squared.
Mm-hmm.
So Sarah says, "So Pictionary, basically Pictionary. That's not what the game was called, but yes, it is Pictionary,
Yeah.
but through an app."
They don't want to pay the rights, those pricks. So, I have a story to tell you all. And it's a story of perseverance. Not perseverance, perseverance.
Okay.
I was attacked by a spider. Yeah.
I don't want to hear this.
Roma, I came out on top. I'll tell you that. So,
oh my God.
I was in my
Earmuffs, Roma.
I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight.
I was in my boudoir. Okay? That's French for place you sleep.
Oh. I thought it had something to do with either boobs or boots.
Mm-hmm. Bordello of Blood. You remember that? Dennis Miller.
Oh. Yeah.
Good times, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was in my bedroom and I was scanning the perimeter, because that's what you do in your bedroom, right?
Yeah.
Help you sleep. You just keep looking around the room till you
Aren't
forget.
conscious anymore.
Yeah, till you wake up in the morning and you don't know what happened. So, and I saw a spider lying in wait. It was just ready. Now, generally, they call me Stevie Swatter Hands.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were actually going public with that.
Well, it's a handle, it's a moniker. It's kind of a way I'm a merchant of business. It's what people know me as. They're like, "Hey, what's up, Swatter Hands?"
Oh,
Yeah.
All right.
Sometimes they'll call me Sweater Hands, and then I have those people removed from the building.
That sounds very, very.
I think they're called mittens.
Yeah. Roma, don't help them. I don't like your clever talk back. So, now, one thing about, I was actually referring to fly swatters. Fly swatters.
Sarah says this is the beginning of the story of when Roma burnt down the studio.
It's kind of, you're not far off, Sarah. So so usually I will use a fly swatter to kill a spider, just because you can kill and then scoop and then like throw it in a deep fryer or a toilet or somewhere. If you are trying to get to a small enclosed area, though, you cannot reach the swatter in there, and you can't get the leverage to get the swap that you need.
Right.
Yeah.
Because there's a certain amount of flick you need in the wrist action.
Of course.
Inaccessible by toilet paper. And I'm not a raw dog toilet paper kind of guy. I don't like hand and spider to come into too close of contact.
Yeah.
That's how you become a superhero. Because you don't know if that spider's been in some kind of hadron collider, a particle
true.
accelerator,
It's true.
sort of fission experiment. You don't know.
You don't know.
You're right.
What do I got, a Geiger meter? Why don't I just get a fly swatter?
What if he really likes bananas? Bananas are very radioactive.
Could be a banana spider.
Yep.
You know what that, come Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana? That was actually a drug dealer, and then there's banana spiders in those boats. So I wouldn't want to go on a banana boat. I don't care how much aloe's there.
Right?
Just, I mean, people think about this stuff.
Yeah.
Nobody says it. So I'm at a crossroads. I have an AR-15
Okay.
Sound.
and a fly sweater. Yeah.
This could have been a very bad day
Well, look,
for
yeah,
the spider.
I could have been the Kyle Rittenhouse of spiders.
Hey, I respect that.
We need everybody go to break. So wasn't going there.
Did he have a skateboard?
The spider?
Yeah.
Roma, how many? Wait, I don't get it. Skateboard spider?
The guy, Kyle Rittenhouse, is getting attacked by a guy with a skateboard.
Oh, did he? Okay, yeah.
Sorry.
Roma, you see, what I
could have been
like
funny.
to do. So, spider hanging out, looking very, like, I feel like he was being coy with me. And I don't like that. I don't like somebody putting me on.
No.
Not in my own boudoir.
Hell no.
So here's what I did. I went and I got one of those long barbecue lighters.
Oh my
All
God.
right. Yeah, now things are getting interesting.
And it was the perfect length to just kind of get my hand in there, not get too close.
So wait, is this between the bed and your like blanket,
No,
or the wall and your blanket?
it's the wall and the nightstand.
Okay.
So the nightstand is kind of has like a skeletonized sort of, structure in it. It's a nice nightstand, but and that's why I couldn't get like the fly swatter in there to hit down or sideways or anything. So I would have just been like stabbing, stabbing motion with a fly swatter doesn't work.
Not as well.
Unless you're trying to get some toast out of the toaster for your producer.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
That's
She needs
happened
that
before.
toast.
Yep. Oh, what kind of butter is this? What butter? Yeah.
Oh.
So I of course you have to test it first, because you don't want to just be firing a blank and then he like laughs at you and says something really shitty and then like attacks you and then like
Right.
Yeah,
like,
that's
I mean,
just
should
embarrassing.
have checked your something like that. I don't know.
That's
Spiders
how
aren't very-
arachnophobia started.
exactly. Then I'd be the Dan from Roseanne guy. Didn't he have
Goodman.
this thing shoved
Was
down his
that
throat?
John Goodman?
John Goodman, yes. No, and actually that was Men in Black with the guys that shoved it down the pest control guy's throat.
Yeah.
Two separate things,
Right.
similar outcome. So, I'm John Goodman, and so anyways, I check it and the flame works. I shake it. There's enough gas in there. I'm like, all right, here we go. There's no turning back. Once he knows there's fire in play, who knows? Who knows what'll happen? Things could really turn around. So I made sure to light the flame on the side where if he ran, it would be running in the other direction and not up the flame towards me.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I also didn't want to pull the trigger just long enough before the igniter goes off that I would build a small ball of fire under his spider body and then launch him into the air. I
No,
didn't want to
it's-
do that.
Makes sense.
I've been there. We don't want to do that. So I got it up nice and close to him, and you got to make sure you get the legs. That's the thing. You got to get the legs and the
Okay.
fangs. You want the fangs too, but you get the legs first. And I lit that baby up, and he burst into flames and tried to make a run for it. And I followed him close, and
Oh.
it was it was like I was some kind of hunter killer drone, for spiders. And he ended up he tried scurrying away, but then his started burning those legs up, and they started setting on fire too, which was nice. He must have been walking through paint or something. But I was being careful not to catch the carpet on fire because he was going for the carpet because he knew how much I cared about the carpet.
I was gonna say that had to be the tricky part.
Mm-hmm. I think it actually slowed him up because of the melting carpet fiber. I don't use natural carpet because natural carpet is made from like sheep or something out of baby hair.
Lanolin,
Lanolin?
Like-
Could be, yeah.
as in sheep's wool.
Yes, I think so. I make that, or isn't that what's in hand cream?
Yeah, lanolin.
These wool and,
It's an oil from sheep, I think.
all right.
I had to
enough.
write a paper on it, but I totally forgot everything about it.
You had to write yes, I do. I would have never gotten my freedom. All right. It's an interesting kidnapping. So he started burning, and then I wanted to finish him off, but also make him suffer. And so I just kept burning and burning and burning. And pretty soon, my entire boudoir smelled like
Burning spiders.
he it was like he was made of pubic hair.
Jesus.
And it's not a great, I mean,
I've got a lot of comments over here.
All right, let's go through some comments.
Okay, so we've got Sarah said, this is now the beginning of how we got canceled for animal cruelty. Spider witch trials. Steve judged it unworthy. Hector says, I've never dealt with a spider, but I've had to fight off multiple bats before. Let's see. Steve H says, I'm calling Spider Protective Services.
SPS.
Damn SPS.
Yeah.
And then Sarah says flying kittens. Not sure where that came from. And then Steve H says, Dan, I got your Anchorman reference.
Beautiful.
I wonder if the flying kittens is from the exploding flying spiders. I don't know.
I think it was more about the bats.
Oh, bats are flying kittens? I didn't know that. All right, fair enough. Yeah, and so anyways, I put his little carcass on a tiny pike, and I left it there.
Yes.
Like Vlad the Impaler.
To warn them all.
Yeah, well.
You better watch out. I will burn you.
Yeah.
Oof.
Tell your friends. Yeah. Anyways, it didn't smell like pubes in the morning, so that was nice.
Good.
You're probably just used to it by that point.
That's true. That is very true. But
I have a burning story.
all right.
So I'm very particular about my hair, and I use a hair dryer and a round comb in order to do it, to give it poof. But you have to be very dexterous in order to do it, because you need two hands to do it. And so I ended up going through that whole process and buying a hair dryer that is a circular brush and it blows hot air. So anyway, so I own one of these. I'm on my third one now. And
You burned them out?
This is over a 15-year period. Yeah, I use it at least once a day.
Okay.
So I was staying at a friend's house, and I decided to bring it with me so that way I could shower there and do my hair and like go about my day from there, because it was on the side of town that I had to be over there anyways instead of driving all the way back home.
A virtual shower?
I mean, no, it was a literal shower.
Oh, all right.
So I have my favorite one. They're not super cheap. The ones that I buy, they're about $50. And so I have my favorite one, and I left it at the house, and I have my old one that I had bought that I had replaced, and I just kept it just in case. But it made terrible grinding noises. So I'm like, this thing's on its way out. I know it is. I haven't used it in probably over a year, maybe even longer. But I decided, well, and I tried it, and I turned it on. It sounded like a garbage disposal had a spoon in it, but I'm like, it works, right?
Shooting sparks everywhere.
I only need it for this one time, right?
Uh-huh.
And I didn't want to, because then you got to like unplug the one you have, and then like now it's just more work.
Yeah.
So anyway, so I bring it with me. So I shower, I do all the things, and I'm doing my hair, and it's just making this really bad noise. And so I'm like kind of like hitting it on the counter. I'm like, there's just something loose. Like if I could just hit it right, I know it's just gonna fix itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, you either swear at it or you smack it the right way, and then it'll work the way you want it to.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I hope that this thing doesn't burst into flames while it's on my head, because that'll be bad. I cannot burn my hair off. And so I'm sitting there, and it's just doesn't sound good. And so I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to turn this on. I always use it on the low speed. I'm going to turn up the next speed and just see if I can like rattle this thing free or whatever.
Instead of entropy where things degrade, Roma's trying to go reverse and
exactly.
get them to reform into
Makes sense,
okay,
right?
Sure.
So I kick it into high gear, and it's like, and then it just stops, and this little poof of smoke rises up and just wafts up, and
Like a cartoon.
like a cartoon, dude.
That's awesome.
It's just no sparks, but this like little whiff of smoke and like burnt motor smell in the air.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was done with my hair when this happened, and it was not against my head, because I was holding it out. I'm like, I don't think this is going to go good.
Yeah.
It did not.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What a great like ending to its life, though.
Yeah, I felt good about it.
It served its purpose, and then symbolically it left.
Yeah.
It left this world.
It got its one final hurrah.
Yeah, you watched its soul depart.
Dude, literally, it was like a soul. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna miss you, Con Air, and not the Nicolas Cage version.
So that's what's funny about it too is this was the original one that I bought. This was probably like 2009 or something, and when I went to replace it because it was making this god awful, and I had it forever. I probably had it for like 10 years, and it started making that god awful noise, and I'm like, this is not going to last. I got to replace it. So I go to replace it. Well, the company that was making it stopped making it, but
because it was so dangerous.
Bastards.
Well, but apparently Con Air picked up the design and started making it. So the one that I have now is a Con Air, and this other one is they don't make it anymore.
And so have you bought the same one basically each time? Different manufacturer now, though?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, I bought the original one. I bought the Con Air replacement. Actually, I bought a Revlon replacement, which is junk, and I didn't like it. So then I bought the Con Air one, and then I actually just bought another one today.
You should go with Flowbee. I think they were doing pretty good during the 90s, if I recall.
Yeah, not really the same idea.
They turn it on backwards. And it blows. Just blows dirty old hair all over you. I'll use the Flowbee on my pubes. Try not to get your sack caught up in there. Don't use it on a hot day, Dan. Do not use it on a hot day, or you'll sound like this. Like that.
I believe you.
Sarah says we almost had to turn around halfway to a vacation because Roman thought she left her dryer brush at home.
Damn.
It did not happen, but
did you bring your dryer brush, or you did not turn around?
No, we didn't.
I think I brought it.
No,
I did not bring it.
No.
How did I get through the entire weekend without it?
You drank so much that you forgot about the weekend.
That's probably exactly what happened.
It was.
See, thank you, Hector. Hector says my hair always looks great, though.
It's true.
That's a good man. Good man, Hector.
Sarah says it's how I got my first cell phone to live an extra 6 months.
Just hitting it,
turning it on high, watching it end its own life.
And there was one at our destination and a brush. That's how you made it through the weekend.
Was it a fireplace brush?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't live without it, though. It would be... If I don't have it, I wear hats. I probably wore a hat the entire weekend.
You did when we went fishing.
Sarah said that we did have it.
Okay, good.
I forgot my box of like lotions and makeup
barbecue
and stuff.
Sauces?
That one time. That's what I forgot.
I thought you would keep your barbecue sauce in there because that would be a lot better on camping.
Well,
I prefer barbecue sauce over lotion.
She brought
unless you had to have phone sex.
She brought the kit in.
Oh, she said counter whacking,
but not the caboodle. That's what the problem.
I didn't have the caboodle.
Flying kit in.
Sarah talked me into getting this thing, and it's like a makeup box divider thing, and you like open it up. It's like from the 80s, and you open it up, and it's got like drawers that pull out. And she's like, you got to get a caboodle. So I get one. Well, I'm not used to having one, so I pack all my shit, walk out of the house, and leave my caboodle there.
Now, was that a Lisa Frank box?
It kind of looks like one, but it's not.
Or Anne Frank.
Anne Frank.
A little different. Yep. One of them, you hide your secret stuff in there. You know, like your happiness and your family.
Dreams, your hopes.
Exactly.
Your will to survive.
I just wanted to tell everyone, please shoot that share-o to share this this YouTube with people, and also like and subscribe. I forgot to add that part on the end. Now, okay. Roma, I know you're pretty or not like thrifty, but like crafty.
Sure.
Yeah, you know, Roma does broken glass. She breaks out the windows at churches and then makes things out of it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool.
She does stained glass, which is glass that she fashions to look like the album covers of Stained albums. Please, everyone, please. we're here all night. I mean, we can't just keep. All right.
You need to cut it back, buddy. You need to cut it back just a little bit.
Sorry, everyone.
You're not sorry at all.
Okay, so there's this big thing of repurposed stuff, and I was talking to somebody about just kind of, I don't know, reusing things instead of like here's one of the biggest scams I know, recycling. Okay, which week is it? It's every other week. They don't tell you which one.
I hate that.
You never know.
No.
You just take it up there, and then by the time you know or don't know, it's too late.
Well, and then half the time there's like these like secret holidays, so they skip weeks.
Mm-hmm. And that throws you off when you
Yes.
think you've got it. Then suddenly you don't have it.
Yep.
And so what do? Is I just dump that over the neighbor's fence.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yep, exactly.
Perfect.
Yep, his wife's handicapped. So what do I care?
Well, you're making her a ramp.
Yeah, exactly.
Trash
Eventually,
ramp.
she'll be able to get over the fence.
Yeah. Eventually, it'll be.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Exactly, right off the ledge. Then she's my problem. She gets away from his abuse right into the Hell's Kitchen. So I like the idea of repurposing things. So like, what do? You take T-shirts and you turn them into torches.
Yeah.
For when like let's say a Frankenstein's type monster comes through, or you make a toothbrush into a bathroom cleaning brush, and then you just don't put it back in the cup. Right?
Makes sense. Makes sense to me.
You can also take bacon grease and turn it into phone sex accessories.
Oh,
You know,
accessories, you
Well,
say?
it keeps spiders away. Also,
Oh, nice.
That's the thing.
Nice.
um,
You
but-
just pack it in, good and
yes,
thick.
yes.
Okay.
What, and we had on our last episode. So if you are a fan of this show and you are a fan of sex toys, you should really watch last episode 119.
I mean, you really should.
Yeah.
Either way.
Yeah, because I
But
think
if you have those particular likes, then
Mhm.
you definitely need to watch last week's episode.
because I feel like most of our fans are sexual deviants. They're probably not allowed on the internet.
Probably not.
But look, who am I to judge? I am but a poor man that that really needs to repurpose some things. And in episode 119, we talked about sex toys. Now,
We did.
yes, you remember all the bad dragons?
Hector says dildos.
Hell yes. So what do we do with our burnt out sex toys? I mean, you get it like, right? So you use them enough that the motor burns out, right?
Okay.
And then what do? You're getting older. You got arthritis. You're not quite as limber as you used to be.
Right.
You need to grow and move on to different things. And so I think that the sex toys really, what do? They end up in a box, or they end up in like, your kid's sandbox, their play box, their play set, playhouse.
Or, the Salvation Army donation.
Yeah, I did see a penis pump at one of those before.
Nah,
Did you?
Yeah,
You're kidding.
it was one of the medical ones though.
Oh.
So I don't know what the difference is.
Did you get it?
No, they wanted like $70 for it. I was like,
That's ridiculous.
yeah,
Buy it on Amazon for like 30.
exactly.
New.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Prime. You can't get a Prime penis pump.
Ugh.
Yeah,
That's just what's the world coming to?
I mean, look,
Come on, Bezos.
it's fine. He's got his rockets and shit he's playing with. It's fine. Whatever.
But it's not fine, Steve.
Sarah's-
It's not fine.
Sarah says I'm still emotionally scarred from last episode. I highly doubt that.
Yeah, Sarah,
You're not fooling anyone,
you have a dildo in your fridge right now.
really.
What's it, Mr. DJ? What's his name?
Yeah. Hey,
Mr. DJ.
Hey, Mr. DJ.
Jinx.
Dildo
Double-
Jinx.
Oatmeal whiskey.
Dildo Jinx.
Done.
Gag my throat. Almost made Roma shoot whiskey out of her nose.
Woo.
That would've
We are
been
not
fun.
trying to kill the producer.
Yeah.
She's the only producer we've got.
Yeah. It would have been funny if there was a little fire and then you spit fire. That'd be great.
There's
So-
still milk on the screen from that one episode.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Way to keep it up in there, Roma.
I keep trying to scratch it off.
Like
See,
it's a lottery
I
ticket.
just got another drop off of it. Drip drop.
Drip drop, drip drop, drip drop, drip drop. There's our producer, Drip Drop. So I was thinking about, I want us to start brainstorming ways we could repurpose
Dildos?
Dildos.
Okay.
Yes. Yep. Could be really any sex toys. I don't want to just limit it. So maybe something like, let's say you had like a really big butt plug. You
Mhm.
could spray paint it orange and make it a road cone.
Oh, that's a good one.
You
As
know?
long as you put a
Okay,
couple
okay.
of white stripes on it.
What if
Yep.
you took old dildos and like drilled a hole down the center and then put a wick in it and turned it into birthday candles?
That would be a great cake.
By
Yeah,
God.
Yeah.
See?
That's awesome.
And like at least one of them still has batteries in it. So your cake just starts pirouetting on the Lazy Susan. Let's see.
You just make the cake look like a Roomba.
Absolutely.
Oh, dude, a dick Roomba?
That would be good.
That would be pretty funny.
I would, you could take it and, if it still had some life to it, you could just like strap a tube on the end or a toothpaste on the end, a toothbrush on the end,
Okay.
a toothbrush on the end, and then it would just be one of those nice vibrating toothbrushes. And you could also have a vibrating toothpaste too, but I don't know.
Seems awfully close to docking.
Yeah. Just bumping them together. Your grandma walks in, you just got to
I've got really good
Yeah.
oral hygiene, Grandma.
gave it myself oral. Oh, Jesus.
See, and I was thinking something along the lines of like me, myself, and Irene when you repurpose it for like, home protection. Because, last thing somebody who's invading your home wants is a big old mushroom print on their forehead.
This is true. You could be bludgeoned with it. Like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels.
Yes.
Hatchet Harry.
Yes.
I mean, personally, I think you can take any good old object, like unique old object, and make it into a really cool lamp. Like anything can be turned into a lamp.
Yeah. Like, what's that, Christmas Story?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Exactly. Dick lamps.
Nice dildo lamp, yeah.
Yeah.
And the great thing is that there's suction cups on it. So you could use it for like pulling an automotive dent, maybe scaling the side of a building. Like if you were some sort of a superhero that got bit by a spider that was in a Hadron Collider.
You could take it like those you could take like you could cut the nuts off
Well,
and you
Jesus.
can hang it from your garage ceiling so that so you know exactly how far
Where to
in
park, yeah.
where your park goes because you're getting that tea bag.
All right, if I ever get married, I'm going to do that to my wife one day. I'm totally going to hang a sex toy from the, where the little ping pong is supposed to be.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be a penis. And boy, she's going to laugh. She just picked up her mom from the airport.
A door stop.
You
You could use it as a door stop.
That is true.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. And there are a bunch of different shaped penises out there. So what I'm saying is when you are shopping for sex toys, maybe think of the things you might be able to use those for in the future.
Afterwards.
Once you're done with them,
That's a good point.
Replace.
I saw a meme the other day, and it was one of those dildos with the little bunny ears, that kind of come out like that. And somebody stuck a cigarette in there, and it was a caption about like being hard long day at work or something. It's like smoking a cigarette.
Yeah.
It was pretty good.
Your kid rides their bike. You need new handles because they've just used
The
all the rubber
grips.
off of them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Or you need to replace the little scrunchy thing for the toilet paper. Just put that in there. It
Yeah.
vibrates,
Yeah.
and then it undoes the roll for you.
That is not bad. All right. Yeah. I'm thinking.
Should be an episode of Shark Tank, I feel like.
Look, we're getting there. We're getting close. We're getting close to being branded. Okay, here's one. I don't know how You know how I'm always really tired of all those really noisy wind chimes.
Yeah.
You can make a quieter one. You know.
Sarah says, I have gold spray paint. We can make lamps. And she also says, we have used Mr. DJ as a doorstop before.
Wait, moving things in and out. Yeah, I got to move this couch. All right. Yeah. Put the dildo in the door. All right. Yeah, I just feel like there's endless uses. So I hope we're giving people some, I just feel like we need to stop throwing things away.
It's very educational. Show.
Mm-hmm.
These are dildos.
Oh.
Yeah, I just put like a little lapel mic on the
It's
end.
okay, Roma. Yours is new.
Yeah, it's got that new silicone smell. Oh no, wait, that's his mic. Yeah. Oh shit. So, anyways, thanks guys for oh damn it! I had a video of a guy hitting people with a dildo, and I can't remember. I didn't bring it in. Rowan, do you want to share a video though?
Sure.
Let me just pick the video real quick here, because it's a good one. Okay. Yeah. So this is one of the. This is an interesting video that I saw. So I don't know if this guy's a moron or a hero, but this is in Pakistan.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And let's let her.
I don't hear any volume.
Oh, there isn't on this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So it's a guy that's driving around in a field, and he's in like I guess it's a hay truck. And I think it's freshly cut hay, and he is just somehow somebody was smoking, or somehow the whole truck
I
just.
feel like I would stop driving and just like run away.
I think what he's trying to do is keep the truck from catching on fire. I really think that's what he's trying to do. Because it's not like he's out of control or like a maniac.
That was a hayride gone bad.
Yeah.
Dude, for realsies, don't smoke on the hay bales.
Man,
No
they are
shit.
serious about their hayrides over there.
Yeah, totally. They want it spooky. But this guy's he's really a badass.
I mean, it's cool looking.
Yeah.
I'd be terrified. I wonder if he realizes like how much this is on fire. Like he can't. There's no way he could know the how extreme the situation is.
He's probably just like, you want me to go over here?
Yeah.
Over there? Okay.
It'd be funny if he was actually just delivering Uber Eats.
Hot and fresh.
Yeah.
Hot and fresh. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Like, because how could he know the situation up there?
Mm-hmm. I feel like he's been through it before somehow.
Yeah, he seems to know what he's doing.
Yeah, he's an old hat at this. This is probably how he picks up chicks. You know, he's like, I need to be a hero. What can I do? Then he just throws a dildo candle on top of the hay bales.
He probably didn't
I think
know.
at this point he's enjoying himself. I feel like there's less fear and more like thrill.
He's the Bruce Willis of Pakistan. I'll tell you that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. So that's what you do if you have a truck full of hay on fire. This is a show where you
I mean,
learn
it seemed
things.
like it was going pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, really, I think he's our best and brightest. Mm-hmm. Roma, do you want to show our site?
Yeah, I do.
What site is that again, Steve?
That is the sensiblesociopathpodcast.com. It is the holiday season, and you can get your Charlie Cat mugs, your SenSoc socks. Sorry, SenSocs. You can also get, Dan is, the lovely SuperFan Dan's wearing our t-shirt.
T-shirt.
Mm-hmm. We also have a V-neck t-shirt. We have a ladies t-shirt. That's for anyone of any gender, really. It's, you know. And then we also have our lovely hoodies. So please support the show.
It is a titty bit nipply out there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's getting
Stay
there.
warm.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. It'll keep you as warm as a hay bale truck on fire.
Yeah.
Yep. That's what we call
I
it.
mean, look at that guy. He's happy.
Yep. Flaming truck. Mm-hmm.
That's what we call that model.
Mm-hmm.
He's the flaming truck.
Mm-hmm. He's gay. That's what we're saying.
Oh. That's why we call him that?
Yep.
Oh man. I didn't know.
The ladies get the Charlie Cat shirt. It's a very cool shirt with your Charlie Cat.
What's new, Charlie Cat? Whoa, 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 whoa.
Now, Roma, we've got a new segment on the show.
Oh shit.
Another one?
Well, it's, this is one that I think is going to stick around. It's something I enjoy very much, and it's really submissions by our fans. And so, Roma, why don't we just roll that?
Okay, sounds good.
It's a little segment that we like to call SuperFan Question.
SuperFan Questions?
Mm-hmm. Oh, hi, everyone. Welcome back.
Hello.
So
Welcome.
I've got some SuperFan questions for us. So some of these are directed towards some of us or all of us. Okay. So, hello, Stephen, Paul, Romerica, and Superfan Dan. They put SFD, but I think they meant you, Superfan Dan. I was looking through some scrolls from ancient Japan, transcribing the names of feudal lords, legendary samurai, thirst trap concubines, and disgraced ronin, while listening to your podcast and eating fried chicken with chopsticks so as not to get greasy fingerprints on these priceless scrolls.
Like you do.
That's pretty smart, actually.
Here's my question. Is the word chopsticks a microaggression against Asians from Asian descent? And how is this related to other hate symbols, pork chops and pretzel sticks? And that's from Karate Marks 1800.
Let me just first say that I really appreciate our fans.
Mm-hmm. It's a well-written, letter.
I mean,
it's very thoughtful.
I was going to say,
Chopsticks.
he seems very thoughtful.
Mm-hmm,
He took the time.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
mean, he let us know what he was doing whilst he's doing something incredibly important
Mhm.
whilst he's listening to this podcast.
Well, and he said fried chicken, so I would assume that's bone in.
That's a good
Perhaps
question.
Popeyes or maybe some cat
Well,
sushi.
sometimes when you go to the Chinese food places, they'll
Mhm.
have fried chicken, but they'll kind of fry the whole piece, but then cut it up.
Like the sweet and sour or Mandarin
Kinda.
chicken or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Mandarin chicken like that.
Yeah.
Cut the
So
Okay,
it's bone in, but it's not. I don't know.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And that's all about presentation because really it's the same thing that you would be getting anyways.
Yeah.
So, all right. So from what I gather, he's saying that the word chop and chopsticks is a negative thing.
Microaggression.
Is a
Maybe because of
microaggression?
karate or something?
I think so.
Okay.
I think because
That's
they're sticks and it's
definitely-
chop.
Yeah.
Because I've never thought
that's
about
very
that.
insensitive.
Yeah. I've never thought about that. Why would we call them chopsticks?
You never use them for chopping.
Yeah.
No. It's stabbing, maybe.
Yeah.
I've
Well-
definitely stabbed some food with it because I couldn't pick it up and it kept flipping out, you know?
Mm-hmm. Or
Shovel sticks.
Yeah.
That's what I call spoons and forks.
Just shovel sticks.
Pinchy sticks.
Yeah.
There's no chopping happening.
Yeah. So I think it could be something about karate. Perhaps
Mm-hmm.
it was something like, oh, those are chopsticks, or
Yeah.
But then again, there's chop suey.
Yeah, but isn't that Asian though?
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. Is the word chop might mean something there, because he's saying that also. Then the word pork chop would be a hate symbol, and the word pretzel stick.
Okay. I
Yeah.
wasn't picking up what he was putting down,
Mhm,
but he has a point there.
Yeah, how is this related to other hate symbols, pork chops and pretzel sticks?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not saying that the word chopsticks led to those being hate symbols, but at least there's some correlation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I just feel like we really need to start revising, our
Webster's Dictionary.
Webster's Dictionary, our food choices.
Mm-hmm.
You better get pretzel rods, but
Not
sticks. No.
Not sticks.
No.
Mm-mm.
You get pork slab. No pork chop.
Pork shoulder would be fine.
Mm-hmm. Pork steak. You could do pork steak.
Yeah, pork steak.
Pork steak. It's unsettling. I don't think I would eat a pork steak.
Although I think a pork steak, and that makes me feel like that's like aggressive microaggressions towards vampires.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm.
Roma, come on now.
We can't win.
How are we doing this?
It's been happening for too long.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
The voices of the silent.
We've got to.
That's what we are.
We've got to rewrite history.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well,
And
I think,
Wikipedia.
yeah.
Well,
Get on that.
They do that.
I've always thought Wiki had some sort of a Polynesian, slant to it.
Okay.
And I would never use the word slant or slope. So what I'm saying is Wikipedia is a hate-filled virtual encyclopedia.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Okay. Hold on. So Sarah's saying chop suey is an American-made Chinese food like fortune cookies.
Oh, shit.
And Hector says he loves chopsticks. He says, sorry, I meant chopstick.
repurposing. Good on you,
Hey,
Hector.
that's a good thing you can
Good
use
on
with those
you.
old dildos.
Yeah.
Chopsticks. Yeah. It's true. All right. And then it's not hate speech anymore.
The rubber ones would have grip.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. All right. Guys, I
Chopstick.
really feel like we're making a difference in the world.
You just
today.
got to be careful of the sauce.
Good old chopsticks.
I know what you're saying. Jizz. Yes, so thank you, Karate Marks 1800.
Thank you indeed.
I hope that we helped. I feel like we really did make some, I don't know if we answered your question, but okay. Next one. Hello, gender neutral podcasters. Stephen Paul, I appreciate your conservative use of pronouns with your fellow Z's, Zers, Romerica, Superfan Dan, and other guest stars. What social systems do you find most oppressive? and then that's by Bald Curtains Bushy Drapes 44.
Wow. It was very descriptive.
That is an interesting handle you
Yeah.
go by. Bald Curtains Bushy Drapes 44.
Bald curtains, bushy drapes. I don't even know what that means. Like, what does that look like?
I imagine it's a very short haircut on top.
Yeah, or no hair. So like
Yeah,
bald
curtains.
and a bushy drapes.
drapes.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I had to think about it.
hmm
I mean, it could work for some people, I'm sure.
I wouldn't imagine what gender this is.
It's like a skullet.
Business up top, partying on the bottom.
That's right. Okay, so
Wait,
yes,
what was
I do. Okay, so first part I'll address, which is my limited use of pronouns. And the reason that I do this, and this is good for anybody, is I do it so I remember people's names. So, Roma, yeah.
You've only known me your whole life.
And Dan.
Dura.
Yes. But the thing is I try to, every time I meet someone, I try to address them by their name, and it's uncomfortable. And I like that. I like making people uncomfortable by going, oh, hello, Dan.
Hello, Steve.
Now, Dan, do you like, and I will use your name to you again to address you. And I don't know if it's found, I don't know if that comes off as charming or sociopathic or what it comes off as, but I
Yes.
like the feeling of it. I like the feeling of it.
So I have a thing. I never say anybody's name ever.
And I'm the complete opposite. Romerica.
Yeah. So, I mean, I pretty much, unless I'm like trying to grab your attention, so I might meet somebody, and unless we're in a situation where like, I'll tend to say people's names more at like, say, like a work situation, because there's usually multiple people around and trying to get their attention. But like, if I know you, I might never say your name ever.
Yeah. And I don't know, that just
'Cause I feel
feels
like
weird to me.
And I like it. I understand the point of saying people's names And I know they say people like hearing their names. And so like that's considered like, they say like, oh, if you're trying to like impress somebody, right, that's say their name. And also it helps you to remember their name, which I'm terrible at names because it might be one of the reasons why I don't say people's names. But I'm not the person that'll be like, oh, hey, John. I'll just be like, oh, hey you, hey girl, hey dude, hey,
I'll even make a point that if I haven't seen somebody in a long time, I'll go, Terry, because I'm almost forcing myself to recall.
Right.
Because like I'm starting to, some people avoid saying something to somebody if they can't, I can't remember their name, or they go, hey, bro, you know.
What's going on there, Chief?
Pretty much, yeah. And I think you can get through life like that. That's fine. Not everybody's going to be good at names. And I was talking to somebody today, and they were saying that, some people like writing lists, and checking things off of those lists.
If I have a lot of things to do, I will. But in my day-to-day life, I do not.
Dan?
I just like writing. Sometimes I will write a list, but going back and checking it, generally no.
Dan, am I on your A list?
You are the A list.
You see how he said A list? Okay, anyways. Try to make that connection.
If I have like, say I'm a procrastinator. So say I've been putting stuff off for a couple weeks or months or whatever, like it's things that are like time sensitive to a point that like it has to be done soon, but no specific day. There will be times where I'm like, okay, this week I'm going to get all these things done. And so I will make a list and then go through and check them off.
Twice.
And you know what? Honestly, it's a really good feeling when you watch it go away and you're like, and the stress level really does come down as opposed to just doing it. So say I have like 5 things I need to do this week and I get 3 of them out of the way. It doesn't feel as less stressful than if you actually see the 5 things and cross them off.
Yes.
But I'm not a list maker.
Now, would you add something onto that list?
Yes.
Should it come up, and
Yeah.
then check that off if
Yes.
you've already completed it?
Yeah, and in fact, I've particularly stressful points in my life where I've had multiple things to do. So say I had a list, I had 8 things I had to do.
Yeah, pack your hairdryer.
Yeah. Oh, when I travel, a lot of times I will do that. But and something comes up, and it's like I know I can get this done between this thing and this thing today. I'll actually write it in just so I can watch myself cross it off, just so I feel like I actually did one more thing.
I've met people that have not done that. But I've been like, because girls usually do lists. I don't know, for some reason. I think it's just because your conscientiousness and your organization. Non-gender girls, by the way. But and I'll say, oh, hey, add that to your list, this thing that you did, because it's a big thing you did today. And they'll go, oh no, I can't add something to the list. And I'm like,
that makes no sense.
Yeah, I'm like I don't know. I guess I just don't get it. But I mean, I could understand the cheapness of going, pick up dog poop and then just checking it off like right as you write it.
Right.
I could understand that, but I don't get
done it. Yeah, no, but I have done it, and it's like, well, it's something that I did. I didn't get these other 2 things done, but I did do this thing, so it counts.
Well, and with me, so I don't know about anybody else, but I have a really good memory for some things and a bad memory for other things.
It's because you're a man.
Well, probably. Non-gender, Roma. You see here, gender neutral, it says here. And that's from Bald Curtains, Bushy Drapes 44. So.
Do you think they're 44? Do you think that's their age? Maybe it's the year they were born?
I was thinking year. I was thinking it was the year.
I feel like it's symbolic for, I don't know.
4 plus 4 is 8. 8
is H.
8.
88.
8 equals infinity.
So with I go to the store and I try not to write a list because I want to have to force myself to remember things. And that's always been just a big part of like who I am, is to that I'll like punish myself and have to go back to the store for heavy whipping cream or something if I'm, making Alfredo or doing,
I'll get a list for going to the store at the last minute. I will remember, if I've got 4 items, I will definitely remember 3 of those items. But for some reason, I will forget the 4th.
Well, and I always have to associate things. So it's like I'll have to think about the recipe and what goes into the recipe and then what I have at home and then think about, so it's like
If it's
an
more
active thing.
if it's more than 5 things and I need them right now, it's not like, oh, I'm out of cheese and I'm out of, bread and I'm out of this. But if I'm making something
Mhm.
and there's more than 5 items, I will make a list because I do not want to go back to the store. But like in my day-to-day life, I pretty much eat the same things all the time.
Mhm.
So it's either like I have it or I don't.
Mhm.
It's pretty easy to remember.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm the same way with a lot of things. I will take a picture of an actual recipe. I'll take a picture with my phone,
Same.
just because I'm like, I'm not gonna sit there and try to memorize a recipe. It's like, we'll just take a picture of it because that's just ridiculous to try to do.
Yeah.
So, what social systems do you find most oppressive? Well, I'll start with the recycling system. I've already mentioned it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Those bastards, their weeks are all crazy, and they make me do all sorts of work, and I don't want to do it.
Okay, I got comments here.
Okay.
So Sarah says the mullet of pubes.
Yeah.
Margot says, I do a bullet journal that includes being happy and appreciative as well as to do tasks, particularly stressful points in my life where I've had a local thing. Wait. As well as to do tasks, particularly stressful points in my life where I've had a local thing. I'm not exactly sure what that means.
Mm-hmm.
I get the gist.
Mm-hmm.
She says checking stuff off is very satisfying.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah says even if Dan has a list, he will forget the 4th thing.
I told you.
All right. Well,
He
then
can only get 3 things
that's right.
at a
It's
time.
like wishes.
Somebody's got to make it happen.
Exactly.
There are many, 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 many a night that I go over to the house and I'm like, sorry, dinner's late. Dan had to go to the store 3 times because he kept forgetting to get shit.
I admire your stick-to-itiveness.
The store's pretty close, so it's not too bad.
I still go back.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
right.
mean, if you need it, you need it.
Some people are quitters. Dan's not a quitter.
Nope.
I would quit. I would make something different.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you forget a few ingredients, and I mean, you could always make something else out of it, Just noodles and ketchup.
The
spaghetti.
expectation of micro lists. That's my problem.
The oppression, you're oppressed by micro lists?
Yes.
Wow. All right. I mean, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah.
So should we write like an anti-list book? Has anybody ever made an anti-list
Can
book?
we make an anti-list list?
Roma, I don't know if you want to deal with the hell that rains down upon you when you start tearing at the seams of space and time like that, the fabric.
I feel like I'm due for a list, honestly.
Mm-hmm. Like a Christmas list, perhaps?
Oh, shit. Hey, I've bought 2 Christmas gifts so far.
Whoa. What'd you get me?
I haven't bought you anything yet.
Yeah, I knew that, Roma. Piece of
I
shit.
bought one today. I bought my dog a Christmas gift, but I'm giving it to him tonight, so.
Oh,
Roma, you're taking
please
away
tell
the
me
magic.
It's another sweater.
No, it's a bed.
Oh.
Is it a swatter? Oh.
I can't buy him sweaters because he pees too high on his stomach, and so he'll pee on it. So I make him sweaters. So I cut him really high up in the chest.
Yeah, he's got a high dick.
It is
Maybe?
giant.
It is.
It's big. It's
Well, I don't think it's the size. I think it's the positioning. It's like
he kind of
it
pees
rides
up. He
Yeah.
pees like up.
Yeah, and it's a very feminine pee stream too. I'm not a big fan
Is
of it.
it?
Yeah,
I never noticed.
like I want some. I mean, I guess I don't have like a very like thunderous pee stream, but
I mean, to be fair, your dick is probably a lot bigger than his. I would
Yeah.
hope.
I
would
haven't
hope.
compared it to his in a while. I've been growing.
So
I've been using my vacuum.
okay, but to be fair,
My
have you ever,
$80 thrift store vacuum.
Repurposing.
to be fair, have you ever seen him pee around a light pole before? It's very impressive.
No, I usually just see him like hop and got his like
So he
leg up.
does the 3-legged thing, and he lifts his leg very unnecessarily high, and he hops,
Yeah.
but he'll hop around it, and he'll get 3/4 of that pole.
Okay.
I've had strangers comment on it.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good dog piss. Like that? Like, damn.
It's just impressive.
Your dog leg up in the air all pissing.
Mm-hmm.
Like that?
I want to know how long he'll be able to do that for, because once he starts to get hip arthritis, I don't think he'll have the same lift.
I just hope it stays like that. Because it's literally
Just
like
gets
a
stuck.
sun salutation of full of dog crotch. Yeah.
So
What's going on,
it's-
guys?
Oh, so Hector wants to know, what did I get? Well, Okay, I got a couple
Hector,
of.
we got you a goddamn green card.
I got you. Oh, Hector, you should send us your address. I want to send you a Christmas gift.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple of coffee mugs with clever sayings on them. So
Hector, I'm going to send you the boxing shorts that Apollo Creed wore.
You bastard.
Mm-hmm. Living in America.
Oh.
Yeah.
We should have Hector come up here sometime.
Absolutely.
I'm down.
Yep.
I think we should all chip in and get a plane ticket.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to get him some Dramamine because he gets upset on planes.
Does he?
Yeah, he's a little sensitive. We'll also make sure we get him some chewing gum so his ears pop.
Yeah. Some nuts.
What if we smuggled him out of Venezuela?
It's true.
Like he just came to visit and he never went home.
Mm-hmm.
Do they let you like leave the country? Can you do that?
I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. I know that the Venezuelan
Will
airport.
they kill his family?
Roma, we got to make a list.
It's not quite as bad
Okay.
as that. It's not quite that level of communism. No, I believe the Venezuelan airport often does not have electricity.
Okay.
That's one of the problems is that there's only one electrical plant, and that plant just, well, depending on if there's an election going on or something, it has troubles.
Right.
And so basically the whole grid is set up on that one plant. And I could be wrong, Hector, but
Hector wants to know what I'm going to get you, and I'm going to repurpose an old sex toy.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to tell you what I'm going to do with it.
Oh, for me?
Yep.
Oh shit. Well,
Yeah. Be
I mean-
excited. I'm not saying it's my sex toy.
Oh, that'd be
I'm
good,
just
yeah, if
saying
it wasn't.
a sex toy.
like it's like a phone. It's Bluetooth. I don't like it.
It's goo tooth.
Not cool, Roba.
I don't know what that means. What does that mean?
Roma, what's your social system that you find most oppressive?
Work.
Yeah?
Yeah. Work. Mm-hmm.
Socialism is way better.
If I could maintain the same level of lifestyle that I have now and not work, I would probably be okay with it.
Yeah.
But the whole thing with socialism that leads to communism is that ultimately it breaks down. So initially, I think the first few years is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
And then
I'm sure, yeah.
And then it's not good.
Mhm.
And
Well,
now you're working like you were working before, and you don't even have the lifestyle that you had before. So it's just probably better to just.
what I think that's the issue is that if you're above a certain level, so like if you're at a low level where you're like, hey, I live simply, I don't I ride public transportation, I don't whatever, I don't eat fancy, I don't go on vacations or do any of that shit, then you're like, oh yeah, socialism's great,
Right.
because now all of the things that I need are provided for me, and I just
Flint through
dabble
life
in
and,
and especially like if you're an artist or you're
Sure.
something that's kind of struggling and not like salt of the earth, work your hands to the bone sort of thing. Unfortunately, though, that when everyone starts to be compensated equally, the people that are the 20% of the Pareto distribution, so that 80% of the work is done by 20% of the workforce. That 20% doesn't have any incentive.
Well, I mean, it's just interesting. So you think about it, and not all jobs are created equal, but like my particular field that I'm working in is very, very high stress, and is very it's super necessary and really important, and at the end of the day does save lives, or it could kill people, but and the pay is not as good as, say, somebody who's doing something that's just considered more glamorous. So it's interesting when you have people that are like you said, the 20% that's doing all the work, but they're getting the menial labor or pay. And then you have people that are in these specialty areas. I don't know. It's really interesting. It's interesting to see people's skill sets. A lot of it boils down to time is education. It's not that the work's harder or maybe not even necessarily more skilled. It's just the amount of time that you've put into the system to get these,
A
accolades or whatever.
licensure or
Yes.
something that allows you to do a job.
Mm-hmm.
Because most jobs are just on the job training. It's like, yeah, if you go get a license to, do a certain job, it's like there's a lot of people that could just be like an apprentice or something
Mm-hmm.
and get the same exact, or even be better, that like guys like me who would throw themselves into something, like podcasting or whatever. It's like, sure, I could have gone to some sort of podcasting school.
Sure. Well, and then skill.
They didn't accept me.
Skill versus so for instance, like tarring roofs,
Mhm.
not highly skilled, but way more labor intensive than say being being in a doctor's office,
Mhm.
writing prescriptions and looking at rashes all day,
Mhm.
and one's making 6+ figures and the other one, like tarring roofs, you make decent money.
Sure.
But it's also 103 degrees outside, and you're on top of a roof in with tar.
On your cut off jean shorts.
So, so it's I'm not saying life is fair. And the guy tarring roofs probably didn't necessarily have the access or the brain capacity to become a freaking doctor.
Well, and I think the big thing about school is that people really set themselves above is, first of all, the kind of the drive to
Right.
do something for years that you're not getting any.
And drive is huge.
Yes,
Drive is
yes.
huge because I don't have the drive for it. And but what? Something else is interesting. I was talking to somebody who's, quasi-liberal, and we were talking about education and how higher education should be free.
Mhm.
And so I was like,
Absolutely.
well, and so I was like, I don't know about that, because I don't have a really strong opinion on higher education. But then they made the point that if you give free higher education, I guess from my perspective as a taxpayer, I feel like, well, I don't want to pay for somebody to be a doctor when I don't have a higher education.
Mhm.
I don't want to pay for that,
Makes sense.
Right. And now if everybody was getting it equally, then I guess that would be different if I had the same opportunities as these people do now.
Mhm.
But so anyways, they were saying, but if you look at it economically, we would actually be making more money off of the taxes, off of these people that have higher educations
Mhm.
from their income taxes and whatnot. Because people are like, well, I don't want to be paying my tax money, but they're like, yeah, but if people are getting higher educations and making more money, we're actually making more tax money
Mhm.
in the long run, and it makes our population more wealthy.
I absolutely see that, but I also know that there are way too many variables and
For sure.
where it's like, oh, we're taxing, the poor people more. It's like, okay, so wait, are you going to tax the rich people more? And then are the only people that can go to school the ones that are already set up so that they can survive without, because every
Without
time
a
I
job.
went to school, I've had a job.
Right.
So that's always been, I mean, the harder part about it is like, yeah, it sucks to borrow money for school, but the harder part about it is just surviving
While
on
you're
my
in
own
school.
yeah, exactly.
That's true too. Yep.
And yeah, I mean, our parents have always been great and been like, oh, you can move in with us as long as you're going to school. And it's like, as an adult male, it's kind of hard to just go, oh, well, I'm just going to move in with my parents for 4 years and then, finish my degree and,
If not longer, depending
if
on what
not
you're
longer.
going for.
Yeah.
Yep.
and what you have access to. So, because there have been things about like homeless people, that they, depending on which side of the fence you're on and what side of, the research you're on or whatever, they say, oh, if you take homeless people and you give them a place to live, then it cuts back on the costs of all this other stuff. And, and so it makes
Social programs or whatever.
it just makes a far better world and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, a lot of homeless people are homeless because they're mentally ill and they have drug problems and
Sure.
they don't want to be like, to them, living in a situation where you have to come podcast every week would be a nightmare.
Yeah. It'd be the absolute horror story for them.
And so what they want is they want freedom. They want no responsibility. They
Right.
want to be completely free.
But here's the thing too, is that if you sit there and say like, okay, well, we just need to give homeless people a place to stay, and then, that would reduce X, Y, and Z. I'll be homeless. I'll get free lodging. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
what is my incentive to continue to work, to continue to have a home
Hmm.
if I can just be homeless and get a home?
Yeah. Because yeah, you know,
which
at
is
a
what
certain
it's going to
point-
boil down to. Because everybody's like, well, why the fuck would I work for the same level of living or a roundabouts
Mhm.
as this person who decided not to work?
I bet they never get lonely. They've always got people to hang out with.
That's probably
Like,
true.
hey, can you watch my stuff? You know, like that.
Yeah.
Because they've got a lot of stuff.
Shopping carts full.
Exactly. It's all covered in vinyl and nylon. All right, so so Roma hates higher education.
Micro lists.
Yep. Dan is fighting back against microlists, the oppression of microlists, and I'm fighting against recycling. I feel like we're pretty woke on this show.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Okay. Hello, SenSoc. I am a straight man who got trapped on an elevator alone for 12 hours without food or water. I now eat pineapple every day in case I am ever in a survival situation without protein again. Any tips for drinking my own urine? Snowball goes down 311.
Hold on. Let me back up.
You want
So
me to reread that one?
he was saying pineapple for protein?
Yeah, he says, I am a straight man who got trapped on an elevator alone for 12 hours without food or water.
I see what's happening
all right,
here.
all right. I now eat pineapple every day in case I am ever in a survival situation without protein again. And then, any tips for drinking my own urine? And then his name is Snowball Goes Down 311.
Okay, hold on. So he was that desperate for protein in a 12-hour window?
He
Apparently
doesn't
so.
say. He doesn't say.
I'm thinking.
But he eats pineapple every day after having been. So, do you think he's just filling up on pineapple?
He's a slut for pineapple.
Maybe.
Yeah.
It's just
I mean, I think he's a slut for a few things, but pineapple being one of them.
He says he's straight,
Uh-huh.
but he did use the word trapped on an elevator.
I could tell you that if I was trapped on an elevator for 12 hours, I would not be that desperate for protein
What do you mean?
in that brief period of a time. To the point where I would be, well, I mean, I'm not a male.
Mm-hmm.
So
What are we talking about here? I'm missing something.
I think what he was saying is that he was trying to access sources of protein, which I don't know how much protein would actually be in that.
In what, like a rat or?
Yeah, and I think he's talking about his own semen. And I think
this is just a
I don't
whole
know
lot of
how
underlined.
much I don't know how much protein would actually be in the amount of semen that you could produce in a 12-hour period.
I mean, do you have the internet?
Yes.
Then I'm
Yes, I
I'm
do.
good. I think I get what his name means then. Snowball goes down. I think it's an elevator pun,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think the snowball thing has to do with the,
What's a snowball, Steve?
I believe that's when two ladies will transfer back and forth the ejaculate of a man in a pornographic film.
Oh.
A snowball.
Oh.
Okay.
'cause a
So I think he's
snowball
saying-
goes down.
I think he's snowballing himself, and then he's talking about going down as in the elevator, as well as going down on himself, perhaps. I don't know.
All right. It's found that the average protein concentration of semen is 5,040 milligrams per 100 milliliters. Since one ejaculation usually produces 5 milliliters of semen, we can say that the average amount of ejaculation contains around 252 milligrams of protein.
Okay. So 20 grams of protein, I think, is like a chicken breast. So 252 milligrams. You would need
So what is that? That's
100 of those.
A lot.
You would need 100 of those to make 200.
because
So
to make 25 milligrams.
I think what
Or
it boils
25
down
grams.
to, speaking of the best way to handle drinking your own urine,
Mm-hmm.
is, catch the stream.
Like our live stream every Friday night on YouTube.
Oh, absolutely.
But what do you mean catch the stream? Like pee
Well,
in your own mouth?
Yeah. He was asking, what's the best way to drink your own urine?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I see. You're just saying literally just piss in your own mouth. Okay.
Practice your stomach curls.
Mm-hmm. If you have a dick like a high hanging dick like Minion, like Roma's dog. You're halfway there.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Roma, what do you got there? What's the verdict?
Let's see. Similar to a more extensive average of a male ejaculation volume of 10 milliliters for average healthy man, the approximate is about 0.5 grams or 500 milligrams of a given dietary protein in every ejaculation on average.
Yeah, that still sounds like a whole lot.
Okay, so
But
the
is
average
it a dependable source of protein is what it's asking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Does it contain all 9 essential amino acids?
The contents of your semen secretions mostly have protein, calcium, zinc, acid phosphate, salt, citric acidity, protein splitting nutrients, and potassium. It even has fibrinolysin. Fibrinolysin. Also, there's a small amount of water.
All right. Well, look, it sounds like that's totally,
I mean, sounds healthy.
yeah. I think you can actually eat. Yeah. So, okay. So Snowball's going down 311. Or Snowball goes down 311. I think you're doing the right thing with the pineapple. I happen to eat a lot of pineapple. I generally eat fresh pineapple, not the canned variety, just because I would probably be too apt to drink the canned juice, which I think is probably just a bunch of sugar that you don't need.
Yeah, more than likely.
But I'll buy a few pineapples at a time, and then I've actually started eating cottage cheese with them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which I was not a cottage cheese and pineapple sort of guy in the past.
I'm not a
Hey,
cottage cheese
I had cottage
guy.
cheese yesterday. It was good.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
I put pepper and Tabasco sauce on it though. 'Cause that's what I had.
Well, and I did a little pile of pineapple, and then I did a ton of pepper and cottage cheese, and then I would just eat it like together. So
Yeah.
which was cool because it was peppery and sweet and really good.
Oh, there's another repurpose for a sex toy. You can crush your pineapple.
Just beat your pineapple to death with it.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're at the end of the show.
Oh.
Oh.
Sorry, guys.
Okay, wait. Can I get one more letter in?
No,
All right. Fair enough.
we'll save it for next week.
All right. Everybody tune in next week so
Yes.
that you can hear the letter from Spell It Out For Me 6363.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so please, thank you. And we have our Patreon, so you can go to our Patreon and contribute to the podcast. We want to thank Sarah and Steve S. and all of our other followers on there. Go to the sensiblesociopathpodcast.com. We already mentioned that for all of your swag and gear for the holiday season. So get it shipped out now, and you will love the results. It's great gear. Follow us on Instagram at the Sensible Sociopath Podcast, and listen to us on all major podcasting platforms. Please leave us 5-star reviews on Apple Podcasts because we are climbing up the charts. Check us out on YouTube, Rumble, and BitChute. Anybody else got anything they want to say to the listening audience?
Yes, actually. I am currently working on a series of stories about a character that my friend and I have come up with called the Goat Wizard.
The Goat Wizard.
The Goat Wizard, indeed.
Uh-huh.
And they will be a series of all different kinds of formats of story from many different genres. But one of the staples of that will be 2 characters, and one of them being the Goat Wizard. And it will eventually be turned into a webisode kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exciting.
I enjoy doing voices, so I think sometime in the near future I will sample one of those stories for us here.
Maybe we could read it like a live read.
Yeah, we could do that.
That would be
We could do
if it
that.
has dialogue and stuff. I'll totally.
There's some. I will make sure that there's enough.
If you want to write me in as a character, I'm fine with that. I will not sue you.
Okay. Well,
Superfan Dan.
we have permission.
Yes.
We
exactly.
have permission.
Exactly.
So, but
That sounds awesome.
I don't plug many things, but definitely figured throwing that out there.
More
Cool.
from Superfan Dan, and you've talked about this before, and honestly, it's like what you're passionate about. It's what you're I don't know. It's the thing you do, and I like that. So I'm excited to see.
I like telling stories, so
Yeah.
it'll be a good time.
Yeah. And Dan's really good at voices. He's done a few on our show. We just haven't harnessed his talent.
Not completely, but
Not yet.
No.
when we get to the commercials, it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, maybe we'll start writing little scripts for us to act out or something,
I'm
do something
down.
fun.
Always down.
Yeah. Romerica, anything you wanna plug out?
Just good night, everybody.
Yes.
Good night, everybody.
Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye.
Bye.
Best podcast in the world.
The world would not be the same.
I like it.
No wonder my anxiety's so high.
Few people laughed. Few people cried.
Oh, what's in the box?
Most people were silent.
And that was it.
Now I am become death,
Sounds like a bad time.
the destroyer of worlds.
Yeah, so this doesn't seem like a great idea to me.
I suppose we all thought that, one way or another.
You didn't tell me any of that. That's crazy.
Well, Rama, when you're a hero, you don't tell everyone until you're on your podcast.
I'm about to hear some shit.
We all need to laugh.
I think just sitting down and, listening to...
The Sensible Sociopath. This is the shit you're supposed to be watching.
Gen X is gonna love it. Millennials are gonna be like, I'm offended.
You have offended me.
Also, my dog has a giant dick.
Oh my god, that's enormous.
I love it.
It's still a racist dog whistle.
Where you kind of have like a rotating cast of characters.
We're talking baby seals, eagles, wolves.
I'm just glad we're not going to have to eat with racism anymore.
It's worse than the butthole.
We're technically considered propaganda.
It is very contagious.
I think we really need to talk about environmentalism.
Like, are they studying pine cones?
Make yourself a nice stingray omelet. That's how Steve Irwin died. Cholesterol.
It's fucking delicious.
His father had ended up killing his mother and committing suicide.
In that order?
That's diabolical. I like it.
They had an apple gun where you could shoot Bigfoot.
Has she always been retarded?
I mean, she could have had a head injury.
You don't know anything about tartar sauce.
He had picked up a 400-pound statue and was like walking around with it.
Was the statue racist?
I'd like to think so.
It's like how they invented bacon and avocado to make a turkey sandwich tolerable.
I have a fear of fire.
Like a werewolf? Daniel, you've been our greatest viewer. Well, Daniel and Sarah and Katrina. Daniel!